will annoy the hell out of you. Be careful. Okay. Sylveon, disruption all day long. Sylveon, satisfaction till you're done. Sylveon, disruption all day long. Sylveon, discarding till you're gone. Sylveon, your energy is gone. Magical ribbon is so damn strong. Do you have a problem? Oh, what's wrong? The cards in your hand don't bother at discard. The cards in your deck don't draw them at discard. The energies on the field, guess what? At discard. And if that wasn't enough, we throw away 2 bench Pokemon with all their stuff. Ha! Can you keep up? Wanna stop me with using an item lock? Vileplume, get the hell out of here with Hacks Maniac. We don't have any fear. The hammers will go through until I'm finished with you. Cause we can attack, shotting everything in our path. And if we're low on HP, we use Max Potion to heal off completely. Yeah, every day we do it daily. Yeah, Sylveon, disruption all day long. Sylveon, satisfaction till you're done. Sylveon, disruption all day long. Sylveon, discarding till you're gone. What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome to episode 117. Before we get started, remember to subscribe for more TCG content like this. New episodes are published every week on Wednesday. Okay, we already talked about a ton of GXs from the Guardians Rising set, and today we are gonna take a closer look at Syvleon GX. At first sight, this GX does not look very special, so why is it one of the best cards of the new set? Well, it's a fairy type, which is not bad because, yeah, it only has a metal weakness, and that metal weakness is not anything to be afraid of nowadays because only the Mega Scissor deck is a viable metal deck in the format, and the standard format that is. And in addition to that, we also have a nice resistance to darkness, one of the more played types in the format. Think about Darkrai EX, think about Eeveelutions EX, those are still going strong, and that resistance definitely helps. We have a nice HP of 200 for stage 1, which is yeah, kind of average. We've seen more on the stage 1, but it's not bad seeing as we can evolve on turn 1 with that energy evolution Eevee, so attaching a fairy energy and going to Sylveon straight from the bat. So on our first turn, having a 200 HP Pokemon is definitely awesome. Its retreat cost is 2, which is okay, I guess. We would love to see it only being 1 retreat cost, but yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. But for a single energy, we can attack, so having it in the active position, Lysandered out, is not bad. Since that attack actually is really consistent. Yeah, let's check out the attack straight away. The magical ribbon attack for a single fairy energy lets you search your deck for up to 3 cards, which is awesome, and put them into your hand. This is a really great attack, similar to the one from Talonflame. That one, you already seen a bunch of Talonflames here and there with the Greninja deck from the Steam Seed chat, and that was a really great card to get out or actually set up your stuff. It's something similar like that, and it lets you take control of the game at any point. Cards like Team Skull Grunt, Team Flare Grunt, Delinquent, Enhanced Hammer, Crushing Hammer, Team Rocket's Handiwork are just perfect for this deck. So creating a disruptive deck is probably the best option for a deck like this. Just think about it. You see that your opponent has a ton of energies in play. Well, we get rid of them. Even if they have item lock, we can use Hex Maniac and use some hammers. Or just use Team Flare Grunt. If they are almost decked out, we can use Team Rocket's Handiwork and just yeah, help ourselves with that, and maybe use VS Seeker a couple of times and then deck their yeah, we can just deck them out. And if you see that they want to preserve energies and they are afraid to play it because of the hammers, well, we can just use Team Skull Grunt and get rid of them that way. So a deck like this is definitely seeing yeah, something to be afraid of in the next yeah, couple of tournaments, because nobody still knows how to play against this deck. It does have a ton of supporters, since yeah, you don't need that many Sycamores. Actually, this deck, you don't actually need Sycamore. You already have consistency on your side with that magical ribbon attack. And if you don't know how to play against it, if you're yeah, just facing Sylveon, you'll lose if you don't know what yeah, they are playing. So today we're gonna check out what the Sylveon deck usually will run. Definitely all the supporters I mentioned before, and yeah, things like the stadium cards that this deck will use probably is Silent Lab to slow the opponent down even more, blocking out the abilities of basic basics. Also, Parallel City is a nice option, and then maybe Fairy Garden is something to think about, but that is not really that disruptive. That is just to have yourself free retreat, but since you only attack for 1 energy, I would recommend Parallel City and Salad Lab above the Fairy Garden. Okay, next up, yeah, just think about something. If you just use a Parallel City and get their bench size reduced to 3, and then use something like a Delinquent, they are really, yeah, crazy like that. Then if you have a Stadium card in play, we can use Delinquent and discard 3 cards of our opponent's hand, and that is really crucial to win yourself some games if they have to top deck, if they don't have anything in their hand anymore. Then yeah, other things, if they are, yeah, can't attack you anymore and they have to top deck, then we can also start to attack with Fairy Wind. The second attack, it deals a respectable amount of damage, 110 for a Fairy, and a double Carlos energy, which is not bad, and it will definitely 2-hit, yeah, get yourself 2-hit knockouts on almost everything, except for maybe a Solgaleo or something that has a high amount of HP. The good thing is that we can run a heavy supporter line, as mentioned. All those disruptive cards, maybe run 2 or 3 copies of, because we don't need Sycamore or anything else for that matter. Maybe N is a better choice in this deck above the Sycamore, because yeah, we can just get out anything that we want, and N in the late game is really disruptive as well. Okay, yeah, other things I mentioned here is that Magical Ribbon definitely makes us so we don't need that many draw supporters, so you can put in anything in the deck that you want, maybe yeah, Bursting Balloons or anything for that matter, just to have yourself a deck that you want to play with. Sylveon is a really nice deck, and there's so many options available. Also, yeah, means that the Garbodor that uses attacks, also in the Guardian's Rising, has a huge amount of damage. Depending on how many items we have in the discard, won't cause us trouble at all, because we do run a huge amount of supporters and not that many items, so it's good like that. Yeah, lastly, the GX move, Plea GX, which states, put 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and all cards attached to them into your opponent's hand. Oh wow, this is just so huge on yeah, certain occasions where you can just win the game by getting rid of some stuff. Let's say, yeah, we're facing a Vileplume Decidueye deck, and we just use the Delinquent to get rid of the Forest of Giant Plants, and yeah, after that we use that Plea GX move and get the one Decidueye line together with Vileplume back into their hand, which is, yeah, really disruptive, and if they don't draw into another forest, they will have to manually evolve in order to get them back on the field. So this is really disruptive. Think about other situations. Yeah, your opponent has a full bench of 5, we use Parallel City, drop that number down to 3, and then we get rid of 2 more Pokemon that they have to evolve. Just think about things that evolve with Rare Candy. Those are just the worst things to happen to you, because if they are put back in the hand, the Rare Candy is already used and you're stuck there with a basic Pokemon in your hand, and yeah, a stage 2, so if you don't draw into another Rare Candy, you're kind of screwed like that. Yeah, another thing to think about in this deck, yeah, is the things like here, if we can just put away all those energies on something. If you use the Plea GX on something that has a ton of energies and they don't have Max Elixir, Aqua Patch or something else, yeah, just to get the energies back on play, that is really disruptive, getting rid of a ton of energies, yeah, and one blow with that GX move. So really, don't underestimate that GX move at all. It's kind of disruptive, and this Sylveon is all about disruption anyhow. Alright, talking about some more cards that we can use, definitely Hex Maniac, 1 or 2 copies can be crucial if you're facing item block, and just to overcome that with the hammers once again. Then Trump GX, yeah, or the Gumshoos GX anyway, is a nice option. Maybe a 1-1 or a 2-2 line could really help out in a deck like this to check out your opponent, yeah, their hand, and just know what to play next. Just think about, you see a bunch of energies in their hand, then we get Team Skull Grunt. If we see something else, yeah, let's say they have a perfect hand, then we just get out our N, use it N, and then all the cards are back into their deck. So we have better control thanks to that. Yeah, what was it again? That Trump GX, Gumshoos GX will definitely take control more. You know what your opponent is gonna play before they even know what to play, and we can just discard it like that. Okay. Next cards I want to talk about are Max Potion. This card is just a must in the deck. We want to keep our Sylveon GXs alive turn after turn, and yeah, we disrupt our opponent time after time. So we want to keep ourselves alive and use Magical Ribbon turn after turn. If we don't yeah, plan on attacking, that is. So we heal off all the damage on our active Pokemon, or maybe one of the bench, by just using Max Potion. Getting rid of our energies is no problem, because we only need 1 energy to use the what was it? The Magical Ribbon, and In addition to that, we have Puzzles of Time to get ourselves our double carded energies back into the hand. If we run 4 copies, we will most likely run into them, and we can even get them out in one blow with Magical Ribbon. So getting things back from the discard is really great. Getting back that crucial supporter or stadium card is huge. The extra Crushing Hammer can also be something that you want to get out with the Puzzles of Time. So definitely something to include in a deck like this. Besides disruptive capabilities, we can also maybe run the Eeveelution line, since we already run Eevees from the Ancient Origins trio. Actually, we are running the Eevees that evolve with Energy Evolution, but the Eeveelutions, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon from the Ancient Origins set might help us out to deal super effective damage against a lot of stuff in the current standard format. Yeah, with that we deal super effective damage, and that 110 suddenly turns into 220 if we deal super effective damage to one-shot Volcanion, Mega Rayquaza, Yveltal, Lurantis in one blow. The Syvleon GX is something that we cannot one-shot, but if we try just play one choice band in there and boom, you are there with the numbers. You actually deal 140 times 2 is 260. You knock out everything. So maybe one choice band if you just want to focus on the Eeveelutions and go for the weakness in combination with the disruption, of course. Yeah, if you play the attacking version of Sylveon, then Fairy Garden might be better than Silent Lab and Parallel City, because Free Retreat is definitely better if you're focusing on attack. So we can sweep everything with Sylveon GX, and yeah, definitely running 9 Fairy energies and 3 double cardless energies. You can change that up, but definitely run 12 energies in total. And that's it for another card/deck analysis. I hope you'll have an awesome time with Sylveon GX to annoy your opponent, because that is what the deck does best. Alright, now to Poké News. First off, the full Guardians Rising set is known. There are a ton of secret rares in the set and a ton of capable cards that will get his own deck, like Garbodor, Alolan Ninetales, and a lot more. I already talked about most GXs in episodes like these, so definitely check them out on the channel. Also, in Japan, there's the Ash vs Team Rocket deck that has been revealed. There's an Ash Pikachu, Ash's Pikachu GX. It has 170 HP. That is huge for a Pikachu. We've never seen that before. It deals 200 damage with a GX move, but you have to discard all energies attached to Pikachu. But that is decent for only 3 energies. Also, Electro Ball, its second attack deals 100 damage, and Quick Attack deals 20, and a potential 40 if you land heads. So it's based off of coin flip. Other than that, there's also Tapu Koko that has energy acceleration. That potential could be a great attack to use in the early turns of the game to get yourself some energies in combination with Max Ledger. So maybe running 1 copy in a lightning deck is not bad at all. And there's Team Rocket's Mimikyu GX, also 170 HP, capable of dealing 120 damage with Ghost Claw, its second attack. If you land the heads, otherwise only 90. Disguise GX is the GX move of choice, dealing 100 damage and prevents all effective attacks, including damage done to it, during your next turn to that Mimikyu GX. So it's just like in the video game, giving you an extra turn. It's easy to overcome by Lysandering out something. So I don't think this is one of the best cards ever, but it's definitely neat to collect and just put it in your binder because it's Mimikyu. Yeah, it's just awesome. The other interesting cards are 2 supporters. First, Ash's Friendship, which lets you draw 2 cards, and if you have the Ash's Pikachu GX in play, you draw 4 cards. So it's kind of like a buffed Charon, or what else is there? Drawing 4 cards, how? Yeah, it's a approved version of that, but drawing 4 cards, it could be useful if you're playing Pikachu, but other than that, I would not run it at all. It's definitely so neat to see that there's an Ash card. Then, Team Rocket's Harassment. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck, and that draws 5 cards. So kind of like an early in card, but the artwork has Team Rocket on it, so you might as well run it for the heck of it. It's a consistency card like this. Next up are premium collection boxes coming on the 6th of June. They feature the Sylveon GX Full Art, Incineroar GX Full Art, or Primarina GX Full Art. They come with 6 booster packs, and we know that the secret rares are findable in the Guardians Rising set as, of course, the secret rares, but these boxes will feature the Full Arts that actually came with the Japanese Sun and Moon set, so that is awesome to see that we also get the Full Arts. We were wondering when we get this. This is a double-edged sword for collectors. I think that getting good cards like that in collection boxes makes it more accessible to new players, but the value will drop in price for the regular, the Decidueye and stuff. So that is, maybe competitive players that invested into those cards will not be happy at all. We also got a jumbo card with, of course, 6 booster packs, and I'll definitely get myself a box or 2 because those Full Arts look amazing. thing. And talking about boxes, we also got a Syvleon GX box on the 18th of August, so a lot of boxes. So we definitely have to save up some money because the summer will be filled with collection boxes. I already talked about Syvleon GX before, but for the people that are new, the new viewers, you guys are awesome. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I'll go quickly over the card. You can deal 180 damage with the second attack if your opponent is confused. Otherwise, you only deal 90, I believe. With the first attack, you drag and drop something and make the active Pokemon then confused. So synergy with that second attack. And then the GX move, really disruptive. This episode is all about disruption. It lets you discard 4 cards of your opponent's hand, so we have to be careful indeed. Anyway, that's it for another episode. I hope you enjoyed it, but yeah, there's actually something coming through here. Some of my friends actually tweeted something to me, so we have to check this out. There is something here, that's the Battle Arena deck, Black Kyurem versus White Kyurem. Those box is also a box that comes out pretty soon. It will be $39.99, so it features Black Kyurem EX, White Kyurem EX, and will be released on the 16th of June. So this is crazy to think about because there's a holo trainer cards in there, like a Trainer's Mail, a Sycamore, all with different artwork. So this is kind of interesting to see if they are promo cards. If it's so, then we have a reprint of yeah, some of those interesting cards. And tournament level trainer cards are Lysander and VS Secret and stuff. So if you want to play competitively, definitely get yourself one of these boxes because yeah, you can have sets of damage counters, 2 deck boxes, a 2-player playmat, and some stuff here. Also a TCG Online code card. So that was something I forgot. Also, there's an Alolan Vulpix promo giveaway at Toys R Us in May. So if you want to play Alolan Ninetales deck, get yourself that promo. It looks pretty sweet indeed. So that event will go through on May 13th on 1 p.m. this Saturday. The 13th May. Definitely go to your Toys R Us and get yourself that Alolan Vulpix. Looks pretty sweet. Alright, and that finally wraps it up for episode 117. If you enjoyed it, definitely show your support by destroying the like button. That always supports the channel a lot, and I definitely appreciate it. And leave your thoughts and epic ideas in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming TCG videos on the channel. There's a booster box video coming from Guardians Rising as well. So if you want to see boosters, if you want to see competitive analysis, definitely subscribe. Above that, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. I'm out. Peace.